I don't know who needs to hear this today, but your character speaks for itself. If one person is lying on you, smearing dirt on your name, especially if it's to cover their own disgusting behaviors, you're dealing with a narcissist. The key here is to not let it get to you. You don't need to explain yourself to anyone. The people who really know and love you, they know your character. They know who you are. Let everyone else believe whatever they want because the truth always fucking comes out. The other thing you need to know about narcissists, they will manipulate your mind so hard. It is literally a form of brainwashing. Once I educated myself and the veil lifted from my eyes, I was like, oh my God, I spent 18 years in this state. Now, there's addiction involved. I've been sober for 5 years. So there's other factors here that I think prolonged me as the person I am with the emotional intelligence I have. I knew the whole time, if I really fucking think about it, I knew the whole entire time that something was off. I was just not educated enough. I did not believe this type of evil existed in the world because I'm an empath. So I know how much I care about other people, how I view other people, even complete strangers. The love I have in my soul, I expected as a young girl, everyone else to have in their soul too. I could not comprehend this form of evil. In the beginning of our relationship, when I would try to leave because he was lying, he was cheating, he was literally stealing my money, the threat would be, I'm going to unalive myself. Back then, I would freak out. I would think if he actually does this, it's going to be my fault. That is never the fucking case. And these people are way too self-centered to unalive themselves. This is a form of manipulation. My ex used to lay on the train tracks in our town. One night, I literally almost got hit by the train trying to get him off the tracks before the train came. It came so close to me that my hair was like whisked back and I could feel like the train was like this close to my head. That was the first time I felt fear like that run through my body. It was all because I was trying to break up with him for some fucked up shit he did to me. It goes so much deeper than that though, because one of my high school best friends unalived himself on the train tracks in our town. There were a few kids I knew from high school that actually unalived themselves on the train tracks, and I was traumatized by this, and my ex knew it. My ex came with me to my friend's funeral, and then 2 fucking months later was laying on the train tracks to manipulate me into staying with him. As the years progressed, it became joking around. Well, if you ever do this, if you ever leave me, if you ever find someone else, I'm going to tie cement cinder blocks to your ankles and throw you over the bridge. Those were his words. Once again, it goes deeper than that. I shared with him at some point in our relationship that I had a reoccurring nightmare since I was a child about my family falling off of a bridge into the water and dying. Now he's playing off that fear. When he's telling me I'm gonna tie cinder blocks to your ankles and throw you over that bridge, that's playing off that fear. These people are so manipulative, and if you are naive and you are an empath and you are a lover, you will not see it until you see it. You need to be aware of these red flags. You need to know what is going down so that you can be like, hold on a minute. I didn't know this wasn't normal because I was not taught what love is supposed to look like. And that's a whole nother video. You don't need to be taught because there is so much information out there now that you can teach yourself. You can also teach yourself what love is not supposed to look like. And I promise you, it is not supposed to look like a man saying these things to you. It is not supposed to look like a man strangling you over and over and then telling you he doesn't hit you because hitting is closed fist punching. It does not look like a man screaming in your face in front of your children that you're a whore when you're working 2 jobs to support his bitch ass. Guys, I could go on forever. Last night, my daughter started crying when she hung up with these court-mandated FaceTime calls that he is allowed for visitation right now. That's his visitation, right? I am the type of parent, despite what he tells people, despite what he believes in his own sick mind, I have never said a bad word about him to my fucking children. I encourage them to have a relationship with him. I remind them that they're supposed to call him at 7 p.m. every day. Sometimes they don't want to call him. Well, my daughter, my 6-year-old, was hysterically crying again last night, talking about how she's scared to tell him when she doesn't feel like talking to him. And I said, why? And she said, because he's gonna get mad at me, which he does. If she doesn't call every single day and tell him every single thing he wants to know, he gets mad at her. How am I proving to this judge, right, that this is mentally damaging my child? And in the conversation I had with her last night, it came out that he did put his dirty fucking hands on my kids. He did. I didn't fucking know about it because I was at work trying to support my fucking family. Oh, the anger, the rage inside of my soul right now. He pulled my car over. He doesn't even have a license. He wasn't even supposed to be driving my fucking car, and slammed my daughter into the seat because she didn't have her seatbelt on. And I've been sitting here telling the truth to DCPMP, to the judge, to the police about this man. No, he never hurt my kids. No, the kids don't need to be in the restraining order. While he runs around and spreads complete and total fucking lies about me. Watch the tables turn, because I promise you, when you speak truth and you force accountability to these fucking manipulators and abusers, God's got your back. Just watch.